Coucou les coucous! Bienvenue à une nouvelle série que j'essaye. Ça risque d'être juste quelques épisodes. C'est un jeu à la Factory Automation Game, à la Factorio, mais plus pretty and stuff. Donc, je m'attends que c'est pas le genre de choses que je vais vouloir mettre sur mon channel. Peut-être un stream éventuellement. Mais pour le moment, je vais juste faire un épisode ou deux. Voir qu'est-ce que ça donne. Je décide d'enregistrer genre direct quand j'ai payé sur Start au lieu de faire l'intro à l'entrée. Alright, it is calm and quiet day, and you are relaxing on your bench. All of your daily tasks are done, and the warm sun gently lulls you into a midnight nap. You dream of an adventure. Is there a spider bunny? How horrific! Of a more exciting life than the one you are having right now in the frontier village. Un mouton éléphant mouche. When suddenly, a loud crash comes from down the field and wakes you up. La toilette est faite démolir. Et j'ai de l'air unimpressed. Ok, 2h42. Est-ce que c'est... Ouais, c'est le real-time hour. Clean up the broken shed. Interaction tutorial. Ok, first off... Settings. Audio. On va laisser ça de même. Non, on va le descendre là. Ça n'a pas l'air overpowering. Ok. Can I run? Ok, ça c'est je joue de la flûte. Used to be a large building for you to store your items. It's clear that there is nowhere to fix the shed. Whoop. And you begin to clean up the area. As you clean the debris and shards of wood, you find a gleaming metal object in the middle of the mess. This must have been the thing that crashed into and destroyed your shed. Unsure of what it is, you picked up the strange metal object. It's warm to the touch. One person comes to mind as someone who can help you figure out what it is. The Divine Researcher. Character run faster on the path. Okay. Ok, je garde le doigt enfoncé. Ok, le petit symbole à côté du nom veut dire que je peux pas interagir avec, je pense. Ça, j'ai trouvé un des deux trucs. On va continuer pour essayer de trouver le deuxième. You need my help with a weird thing. I love weird things. Let me see. Oh, what if I poke it right? If I poke it right... The strange piece of metal you picked up from your broken shed comes alive. Wraps itself around the brooch and staff, and suddenly a wealth of information enters your mind. Dazed, you look at the ancient tablet near the researcher and realize you can understand the ancient writings. How convenient. So, the ancient tablet seems particularly wrecked, but you can definitely read some of the text. Something about magic, devastation, a spark, something about hope. As you relay everything to the researcher, the feeling of hope you read about warmly wraps itself around your chest. You can understand it? That's incredible! Amazing news! Oh, you must look at the village monument for me. Running strange metal. Okay, je vais checker ça quand je vais avoir le temps. You crash into your shed, wrap around your staff, and has given you the ability to instant writing of the divine. Once you check the village monument in the middle of the village. Objective, access the village monument. Accept and pin. Go without me, I'll just slow you down. You come back to me and tell me what you find, you hear? A basic organic crafting mineral. Burns 12 à la minute. Ça stack jusqu'à 20, I'm guessing. Basic material for many things. A forage or harvested piece of wood ready to be refined. Beloved by the Bielefeld. Okay. Harvestable by hand. Bush. Setting. Control. WASD. Rotate. Ok. Zoom in, zoom out. Ok. Fait que je peux contrôler ma caméra avec les flèches normales. Snap view. Basic action. Left click, right click. Aim avec space. Tab. Tab B. T. G, C, Z. Drawing stuff, spark bar, inventory. Build mode. Edit tool, path tool, map, quest overview, UI. Pas courir. C'est en chaise roulante? Ouais. C'est quoi, c'était X pour revenir à la normale? Ou ça ajuste au truc le plus proche. Mirror storage for the mayor. Such a busy Bielefeld. Don't forget to get some rest and have a seat, okay? Oh my dear, have you eaten? Have a cookie. Okay, fuck, you are just... Tab, c'était le bouton que je cherchais. You didn't give me a cookie! Disappointed! The village monument looms above you, quietly and with the weight of its years behind it. You extend your hand on the strange metal in your brooch, radiate a soft light. Suddenly, the carving on the stone itself begins to shift into text. You barely have time to understand what you see as writing appears and disappears. You can't catch all of the information. Something about being last accessed several million days ago. The word dancers catches your eyes. The monument is clearly more important than everyone had assumed. The word settled for a moment. Dangerous level of corrupted aether detected. Cleansing pulse routine initiated. Did you destroy the world? You can hear the monument rattle. Something inside is trying to activate itself, but nothing happens. Etheric cleansing failed. Function locked. Communication severed. Cleansing routine recommended. Danger to life critical. Ah non, t'as essayé de nous aider, puis ça n'a pas fonctionné. The monument opens up, revealing a large number of small slabs of stone. One appears in the middle with a single slot and a single button. You should tell the divine researcher about everything you found. Ok. Je suis capable de somewhat grimper. Okay. Fait qu'il y a beaucoup de junk que je vais être capable de ramasser. I think. Ça doit être de la sortie d'un village, ouais, ok. Mr. Divine Resource, ça me sert à rien de passer sur shift, je peux pas courir. Can understand the carving of the divine rune. Although it seems like this rune is particularly wrecked. Seems something about magic. Okay. Did you look at the divine monument yet? Tell me what you've seen. Don't keep this old man waiting. Discover everything you've seen with the village monument. Was activated to the divine researcher. What? Okay. The strange text, the slot that could fit an aether shard, how it attempted to perform a cleansing pulse but failed. The divine researcher ever-present smile falls as he tries to digest everything. You had individual explore north past the woodlands and even past the mountains. The one that traveled furthest returned ill and talked about how the magic, the aether itself, felt strange. Some had used the word corrupted. It would explain a lot if the village monument could clean corrupted aether. It did seem odd that this place was so perfect for establishing a new village. Sound like we should turn it on. You need an Aether Shard, you have to head into the woodlands. This will be the first time in a long while that anyone who isn't a bona fide explorer had gone there. Can be dangerous if you're not careful. Normally you can get an Aether Shard by hunting animals, but I know that neither of us is much of a hunter. Luckily you can find them in a spunny corpse. And while you're there, there's an ancient shrine just outside. It has this kooky little golden guy on top. You should check that out too. Exit the old mine shaft, examine the shrine, collect Aether Shard from corpse. Hey, Grandma. Quartermaster, hey.
Huh?
J'aime bien le style so far. Craft item menu by holding the craft button. Don't forget to collect your item when you're done. Ok, tu fais juste m'en donner gratuitement. Don't forget to drink some water, just like plants. You need hydration too. Fait que je donne rien, puis tu me donnes des logs. Rock. A rock small but usable. Harvestable by hand. Unlike larger barrel, it can be harvested by spark without impact damage. This is not the mine. C'est probablement genre juste un... Bon, je l'ai vu ça. C'est probablement instant go from one side to the other et non genre un donjon à faire. Ancient weapon stand in front of you. It glows lightly under your touch and the carvings of the stone begin to shift to create words. Waypoint inactive. Connection not found. Reconnect. Unlock function. Waypoint range. An ancient stone ruin stand in front of you. It's clear now that it's less of a shrine and more of a machine. It glows lightly under your touch and the carving on the stone begins to shift to create words. Test start. Attempting to create one stumpy spark. Connection not found, test fail. To reconnect, unlock function machine range. Regard the logger building to harvest. Hey there, little buddy. Fait que, faut que je trouve toi mort. Il faut te tuer. C'est ça qui fait du bruit, je pense. Hunting animal, you don't know how to hunt, but you'll keep an eye out for corpses. Okay, fuck. Your touch and the carving of the stone begin to shift. Crafty spark. Je sais pas le truc. Ça, c'est un autre cadavre. Pas un fan de garde ton doigt enfoncé puis tu reçois un truc là. Complete machine range 0. Go back to the village, ok. Il y avait une tablette que je vais pouvoir lire quand je reviens. Access the village monument, ok. Machine range 0! Unlock all workstation shrine at range 0. One workstation will be unlocked. Stumpy Spark Shrine. C'est quoi le... L. Examine the ancient shrine. Ok, fait qu'on retourne de l'autre côté. Reste sur les routes, ça va plus vite. Of logs, I'll call them Stumpy Spark. They're the first step in making it right. You touch the shrine and slowly whirs into life. Alex Banam seems to be running some kind of test and is checking that everything still works. Suddenly, it spits out a rather strange creature into your arms. The shrine registers that the Stumpy Spark has been immediately activated as part of the tests. The Stumpy Spark stares at you, and it seems ready and eager to receive instruction. However, before anything can be done, with a puff of magic, the Stumpy Spark turns into a wooden disc that fits in your hand. Due to the Spark's deactivation successful, the shrine states that this is now fully operational and is ready to be assigned Sparks. The strange metal in your staff changes slot that can fit the disc appear. You place the wooden disc into the slot and the Stumpy Spark begins to follow you. 1 d'efficiency, 1 défense, 1 défense, 1 capacity. J'assume que c'est un dot system. For this blunt, the most basic of Spark. Can't do a lot. Tries hard, a good listener, the quartermaster. Controls far with the aim mode. Ok, comment je te reprends? Ah, Spark Harvesting, c'était probablement ce que je voulais dire justement. Harvesting with Spark, you can throw Spark at a harvestable object such as bushes to harvest them. Note that some objects are resistant to specific damage type. Every Spark has a specific damage type, and some object enemies are resistant to specific damage types. Stumpy Spark deal blunt damage, and the pine trees are resistant to blunt damage. You'll need to use a different Spark to harvest. Ouais, trop tard, j'ai déjà lancé. So you watch out for whether something is resistant to a specific damage type and that you can use the correct Spark. Little too late. Read notebook and trees carefully to find out more from how to harvest them. And drop. Ouais, c'est bon. Basic Spark control. Place Spark in any active Spark slot to equip them. Find the Spark slot. Your item slot. If any of them are affected by a status effect such as stun. Ok, il faut probablement que j'arrête qu'il soit arrêté d'être stunné. If you can call back Spark in the aim mode. Okay, good. Yeah, murder! Murder your sibling. A job well done. Harvest pine sapling. Est-ce qu'il va faire le deuxième qui est proche automatiquement? Est-ce que tu me le rapportes? Fill the spark slot in the Stumpy Spark Shrine. Alright, ouais, tu me l'as donné. Puis tu laisses les autres à terre. Ok. Assign spark to an empty spark slot to automate workstation. Ok, là. Ok. Craft a Stumpy Spark. Oh, c'est un Aether Shard que je veux, ok. Fait que shift, right click, ok. 1.9 à minute, fait que ça va m'en prendre 30 secondes. Quoi le piton? Est-ce que je suis juste plus capable de le faire? Complete quests at Researcher. J'étais comme ça. Village pedestal item. You've unlocked it. Fantastic. Did you check out the shrine? What's changed there? You tell the divine... Il y avait des rewards qui étaient probablement les NPC. You tell the divine researcher everything about the ancient shrine you've discovered, especially the rather strange creature that came out of it after you fixed it. Well, they're right there. That's what I call sparks, you say? How unusual. Clearly I have some research to do. They're quite cute. You should show them around. Maybe other village will have something to say about them. Maybe they will spark some ideas. Boo. Reward Mayor, Woodsman, Quartermaster. Fait que tout le monde, dans le fond. I've been looking through my research and it seemed that these sparks are entirely unique. You're the first person to discover such a thing. What? Are you surprised that this old man can actually do some work? Divine technology is my specialty. I'll have you know, and I've been thinking. Maybe we can recreate these sparks machines. Divine researcher grins, his eyes full of passion. He takes out several pages full of questions that he's prepared to ask you. Iron Stumpy Spark, Vine Aether Shard, Fan Logs. Alright. You spend what feels like forever answering a litany of questions about the Stumpy Spark Shrine, its dimension, its connection, how little thing seems to work. By the end, the divine researcher seems satisfied. See, so it used the same etheric energy as the other divine technology. Alright, if you say. And it certainly fits some older hypotheses, but replicating the actual process, well, nothing but to try. Ooh. What are those little creatures? Sparks, you say? You get them to do work for you? Tell me more. You see his eyes twinkle, and though, as he described the internet, and how the sparks works in one. He mutters something and nods to himself. That's pretty ingenious to think we've missed these sparks even though they were right under our nose. Right, let me have a few, will you? And get me some material. I want to try a logger that your little sparks can use. Deliver 10 wood, deliver 5 stone, deliver 2 spunky spark. Mentally construct a design for the logger. Est-ce que j'ai les 2 quests? Ouais. Hey, so those weird dolls are yours. Those... They follow instructions, right? You think they can carry stuff too? What a spark carrying item for you, the Quartermaster has an idea. She wants to see if they can use a path to carry them to and from buildings. Third path. She asks for a few spark and tests it out and promises to teach you what she's learned. Oh, those spark thingies you found are rather cute. I'm sure lots of people will come from far and wide to study them. Although our village is a little underdeveloped, we never had much of a reason to grow, but maybe we can do something so those who can help you study the sparks will come and stay. Wood timber, okay. It's heard that you have found something new and believe this will create a new influx of people looking to visit the village. She wants to support you by improving the village and setting up a permanent marketplace. She'll need a large amount of material for her project. I know, but you take as long as you need. We're here to support you, dearie. Alright, fait que là, opération, se faire des sparks. And I'm assuming these little buggers can murder other buggers. Puis, vous en rapportez chacun un. Qu'est-ce que ça? Ancient container. Don't mind if I do. Arctic pellets. It's like poop. Deliver 20 Aether shards. Faut que je garde le doigt enfoncé, je pense, parce que sinon... Regarde. Ah, mais je peux... Can I manually do it? No, I cannot. Il en faut 5, ok, ça. Alright, ben ça va faire une demi-heure. J'aime bien beaucoup ça. Il va se réactiver. Je vais continuer à ramasser un peu de bois. Sans vous autres. On va revenir la prochaine fois. Alors, au revoir. Et à bientôt.